Okay, students, today I am going to talk about the hybridization of carbon and the attachment of halogen to the carbon. You see, when the carbon is undergoing hybridization, the type of hybridization can be three types. At present, I am talking about, actually there are many types of hybridization. One is called as sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. One more thing. See, this hybridization can be written as Z here also, or S. I have written here S. It can be also written as Z. Second can be what is known as sp2 hybridization. Third can be what is known as sp. Okay. Now, at present here, only these three things I will talk about. There is also what is called dsp2 hybridization. There is what is also called as d2sp3 hybridization and so on. But that is not required for me today here. Therefore, I will talk about only sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization and sp. So, when the carbon and the carbon bonded by single bond or saturated carbon, then that hybridization is what is called as sp3. You must have learned in the 11th standard that what is known as sp3 hybridization. As the word suggests, sp3, 1 S, 3p, they take part. And after the hybridization, you know what is s orbital and p orbital. So, 1 s orbital, one single, and 3 p orbital, they take part in the hybridization and form 4 sp3 hybridized bond. So, this 4 sp3 hybridized bond means the carbon is having a saturated compound having saturated bond. You can say even say carbon here is saturated. Okay, when it is saturated, means all the bonds are satisfied. Then this will be with suppose I have here H, and say H. And this carbon will be what is known as sp3 hybridized. Suppose if it is sp2, in this case it is 1 S and 2p. So total bond form will be what? 3. So here in this case it will be what CH. Let me just make it shortcut here, because you all have learned this in the 11th standard, you have to revise that. So this will be sp2. So this carbon is said to be sp2. This is also sp2 hybridized. So these are sp3 hybridized. This is sp2 hybridized. And if there is, say, I am talking about only 3. So here 1, 2, and the third one is when it is what sp hybridization. So here in this case, say we have the carbon, okay, we have here carbon which is say H, triple bond with carbon and H. Now in this case, this is called as sp hybridized. So we have here sp hybridized, we have what is called as sp2 and what is called as sp3. Now if the halogen is bonded to the carbon which is saturated, that means this whole thing is saturated compound. Then in that case this carbon is said to be sp3. Suppose we have the second one, we have here this one, this is what sp3. Suppose we have here second one which is like this, CH2 double bond C and say H, and here there is say bromine or iodine or any halogen, bromine. Now in this case this will be called as sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, and if we have third one, say if we have triple bond carbon with H triple bond carbon with say Cl here. Okay. Now this carbon is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the bonds are satisfied. Then these two carbon are said to be sp hybridized. This is also called as sp hybridized. So based upon this, we have here the halogen when it is bonded to the carbon, which is sp3. Then this is one type. That is the I have written here. See, classification of haloalkane on the basis of types of hybridization of carbon. So here sp3, when there is a double bond, it is sp2, and when the triple bond, it is what? sp. So please remember this different ways by which the halogen is bonded to the carbon, and therefore the classification is on the basis of hybridization of carbon. Okay. So next video I will be talking about the aryl halides and then the nomenclature. Okay. So just go through it, just for your understanding purpose. Just see, because there are some questions are asked in MCQs. They will give compound. They will say that the compound which is sp hybridized carbon involved in the following. So they will give 2, 3 type, 4 type, and then accordingly you have to select. So please remember when it is sp2, when it is sp, and when it is sp3. Okay.